Thank you very much, viewers. Today we are going to have a very lively discussion concerning football management within Uasin Gishu County. And before we continue, kindly subscribe so that we are able to meet many people across the country.
Yeah.
Now today we have Uasin Gishu Chairman Mr. Torre, who will tell us much about Uasin Gishu Football Association, accompanied by the CEO of the association.
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Kindly,
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, introduce yourself, alafu much about
Thank you. My
much
name is
about
Paul Torre.
Uasin.
I'm the chair of Uasin Gishu County Football Association, and this is the association that is mandated to run the football in the county as per the laws at the moment. So we want to welcome everybody so that we talk together, and then also we tell you our programs and at least our objective. So welcome, viewers.
CEO, kindly,
Yeah.
you are behind the scenes. Yes. Most of the time we are not seen. Kindly introduce yourself as we start the
Yeah,
show.
asante sana. Asante sana. So my name is Michael Kimani. I'm the CEO of the Uasin Gishu County Football Association. And I'm happy to be here. I'm a sports professional. I may not appear on television so much or even in the newspaper, but we are behind the scene. We are supporting the association. And as my chairman has said, this is the only body mandated to run football in this country. Thank you.
When you say the only body, hatuelewi kwa maana unapata like in Uasin Gishu we have the football association and then you have FKF. So which is which, chairman?
Okay.
Twende na gani?
Thank you. So
As CEO, you can just interject as we continue the discussion.
thank
Yes.
you so much, Bana Sabuni. So it happens that as per the laws of this country, we have the Sports Act 2013. And this one is a body that was it's an act of parliament which stipulates on how sports should be run in this country. You all remember that FKF election was done and then it was nullified by the arbitration court. The reason was that we were not compliant to the Sports Act. So that was why the election was nullified, at least twice, for those people who are very much aware. And when something is nullified twice, that shows there is something wrong. So we had to go down and follow the guideline of the Sports Act 2013, and that's why today we have Uasin Gishu County Football as required by the Sports Act. Yeah.
CEO,
Yes.
just to add on whatever the chairman has said.
Yes. Let me say the following. That in this country, we have the constitution that governs the country. And as we know, lawmaking is a process. For example, since independence, we have had several attempts to change the constitution. And currently, we are using the Constitution of Kenya 2010. In the year 2013, there was a law that came into place that was supposed to streamline the running of football or of sports in this country. And that is what we're referring to as Sports Act 2013.
Yes.
It is an act of parliament. It is referred to Act number 25 of 2013. It is a law of football. It is a law of sports that was brought into place by the Parliament of Kenya. Therefore, in this Sports Act, there were set guidelines that were to be implemented.
Yeah.
And one of them is there was supposed to be streamlined registration of sports organization. That a while ago, all sports organizations were registered under the office of the Registrar of Societies. But now the Sports Act introduced an office called the Registrar of Sports, or the Sports Registrar's Office. And you can read the Sports Act, Section 46, where you get the office of the Sports Registrar. Under the office of the Sports Registrar is where now we find the registration of sporting organization. And one organization is Uasin Gishu County Football Association as the body mandated to run football in Uasin Gishu. And that is the only stand that is there in the Constitution. That is the only stand that is there in the laws of Kenya. That the Sports Act, I will share with you the Sports Act, so that again you can share.
I have the copy. I have the copy.
Okay,
Well,
that's good.
you know, before you do something, you must understand what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me
I've been
stop
following.
there.
I've been following it since nullification of elections.
Yes.
Since 2013.
Yes.
Now, challenge is
Yes.
why is it that we have now in let's talk about Uasin Gishu.
Yes.
We have two bodies running football. That
Yes.
is the Football Kenya Federation, and then you guys.
Yes.
Who is now the genuine person to run football? Is it you or this other party?
Okay, I think we have said as per the law now, it is supposed to be the Uasin Gishu Football Association. That is the body that is allowed to run football in all the counties of Kenya, the 47 counties. FKF is now non-redundant as we are talking. But the issue in Kenya is that laws to be implemented takes time. And I believe we are coming. And there are a few days to go so that they know the truth of the matter. Yeah.
CEO,
Yes.
You have a league.
Yes.
What is the rate of promotion, demotion? How do you do it?
Okay, let me explain.
Because if I look at your structure, it
Yes.
is the county and then national office, right?
Yes.
Now, and then I look at the other, you see we have a branch that is the county level. We have the Division 1, zone this, zone that, zone that.
Yes.
And then you go to
NSL.
Division 2, you go to national, that's the
Super League.
NSL, and then Premier League.
Yes.
So just the structure of your league, how is it?
Yeah, let me explain by saying the following. Let me start where Mr. Togore stopped by saying that the only body mandated to run football is Uasin Gishu County Football Association. Football Kenya Federation, which is FKF, is not mandated to run football in Uasin Gishu County. What they are running, it is just an illegal entity. It is just a tournament that is not sanctioned by anybody. They have no mandate because the only mandate comes from the government. And that mandate is given to Football Kenya Federation, to Football Kenya Federation at the national level. But Uasin Gishu County Football Association at
the county level.
the county level in Uasin Gishu County. That is the stand. And it will never change. So let me say the following, that the structure of Uasin Gishu County Football Association League is as following, that we have the sub-county league, that is one. And then we have the county league. And then after the county league, from next year, we are going to have a regional league. A regional league means a league that will be played in the Upper Rift region. And then after that, we shall now have the National Super League. Yeah? Which is now the second tier. And then we shall have the topmost league, the Premier League of Kenya. Yeah? Which is the first tier of the associations. Yeah. So we shall have the PL, the NSL, the Elite League, which is the regional league, and then the county league, and then the fifth tier shall be the sub-county league. So we're going to have 5 tiers as compared to FKF, which have more than 5 tiers. It will take you 7 years to play in the KPL, but only 5 years to reach the Premier League that is organized by the association. So slowly but surely, we're going to develop football. We're going to manage all the affairs of running football in this country.
Just for clarification, our intention is not to, we are not fighting any federation.
That is it.
But our intention is to promote football at the grassroots.
Yes.
Now, in terms of promoting
Yes.
teams,
Yes.
Uasin Gishu Football Association,
Yes.
and then this other FKF.
Yes.
Now, are we going to do away with the current system?
Yes.
Okay, maybe the same structure maybe can still come in, only that we are shortening the 7 years to 5 years. Say that as we are talking as Uasin Gishu, this is the branch. Our 6 sub-counties are the sub-branch, so that we move now to the regional and then to the upper tiers. And this is something that is now growing because we started, and because we have those issues of whereby there is another league running, we could not go there as per now. But we are starting from the bottom, and you will see by the end of this year.
Talking the bottom up.
Yep. That is it. That is the bottom up.
The bottom up.
That is it.
Now,
Yes.
CEO.
Yes.
Currently, how many teams are maybe playing in the Uasin Gishu? That's the branch.
So in our league, which is the Uasin Gishu County Premier League, that is the official name of our
Uasin
league.
Gishu
County
Football Association.
Premier
the
League.
league now.
Yeah.
Premier League.
Yeah, the Uasin Gishu County Premier League. That is the official name of the league. Or in other words, the Uasin Gishu County Association Premier League. Yeah. So in that league, we have a total of 19 teams. 19
Wow.
teams.
19.
Yeah, which are playing in a week in, week out basis. And currently, we are at match number, I think 13 or 12. That is where we
From
are.
9 to 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hatujaachwa nyuma. Tuko imara.
Yeah,
And I
tuko
can
imara.
tell you, people are craving to play for this league. Watu wanataka. Only that we cannot exceed the number of teams. Because of course of logistical issues, the issues to do with COVID. But people are craving.
Who funds you?
Okay. On that matter, it is the teams that are funding the league. But as an association, we really committed. I can assure you, in the near future, we're going to have a sponsor because this is the body mandated to run football. In the near future, we're going to have a sponsor. So we're not sleeping. Yeah, we are really working hard to ensure that we have a sponsor, not a jersey sponsor, like yeah. We're going to have a true sponsor who is going to benefit this club. Thank you.
So
Maybe on top of that, we have actually engaged some corporate bodies, and they are giving us hope. So we are interacting, we are talking, we are discussing, because for sponsors to come in, they want to see serious organization.
yes, a structured
Structured organization, serious people, and that is where we are. That's why my CEO has said that people actually, even up to now, there's a team which was actually asking yesterday, would like to join the league. We saw the league, how it was played in Roma over the weekend, and they were very happy. So we are telling our county that we are there for you, and give us time, we shall develop football in a good way.
Yes. Now, with these 19 teams that you say you have,
Yes.
do you have maybe men's league? Do you have ladies league or just men's league?
Mainly as per now, those are the 19 are for men. We have 12 for women, and they play maybe it's a time interval because women become a bit mobility. So we bring them into one field at a time. They play on one weekend, then we give them an interval of 2 weeks. They come again, they play because of logistic and also financial issues with the ladies. Yeah. And most of the ladies again that we have, most of them are students, so we give them time to go to school. During the holidays is when we interact with them to play a good league. Yeah.
CEO,
Yes.
who is leading the table as we stand?
Yeah, so the table, we have a team called Kipsinende. It is from Kipkorbot. So it is a very competitive team. And I can tell you, number 2 is Bondeni. Is the mighty Bondeni, you know. And imagine
From down there.
yeah. So
Rescos.
Bondeni is from Rescos.
Yeah.
It's a very competitive team. It has played in the previous FKF league, and it was leading. It was beating people like nobody's shit. Absolutely. But it is ranking number 2. So our league is really competitive. And I can assure you, just bring your team. Bring the 20th team.
Nini nafanya ni join your league if I have a team? What are the needs, the do's and the don'ts, the needs, so that someone can join the league?
Yes, ours is actually to develop and nurture our youth to play football. So we don't, we welcome all the football teams that are ready. It's only now that we are past the time to bring on board, because already now we are in the 13th match, so to bring in a new team for now. But what we say that teams to get ready for the next season league. After this one ends, we welcome you to come, and very, very few subscriptions for the purpose of cards and MasterCard. Those are small issues. We just technicalities and registration form we need from teams. Yeah.
Okay, during your elections, this...
Okay, kidogo tu. Allow me to interrupt you by saying, what are the benefits of joining our league? One thing, our league is run professionally. Personally, me, I'm a professional. I have a degree in the field of sports. Chairman here has been in the management of football as you know him. As long as I've known him, he's been in football. Yeah? So, it is a league ambayo ina comprise of experience and professionalism. Hakuna ile mambo ati kuna team ya ofisi. It does not exist in this league. It does not exist. Therefore, unakuja unapata professionalism plus experience in our league. Another thing ambayo unapata, another benefit is that you are conducting your business legally. You are not in an illegal entity. Such that you feel secure. You know, ukiwa pale nyumbani, ukiwa umefunga na ile kufuli, ile yenyewe ambayo si fake, ambayo uko sure haina pirate key, you feel safe. Therefore, you also feel safe when you are in a legal entity. In a league that is being run by a legal entity, you feel safe, definitely. Hakuna mambo ya kofia. What if the OCPD comes here? What if? The what if is not there in our league. Santi.
Okay, during your elections,
Yes.
the Register of Sports,
Yes.
Rose Wasike was present.
Yes.
What was her message to you guys? I know she attended almost half of the county elections. Now, what was her message, and why did she decide to come for the county association elections, unlike the FKF elections?
Okay, maybe I can say that in fact she attended all, not half, but she has attended all the elections so far. And the main reason is that one, she wants to confirm and know that the election is following the laws that is needed as per now. She wanted to make sure that election is the integrity that is required, so that she cannot run something that is wrong. Number two, she wanted also to send a signal that the election is legal. It is under legal matters, it is genuine, and that is the way to go. So, and you are there also to support, because the laws and the Sports Act 2013, that is the one we are implementing. And that one is done by our office. Thank you.
Okay. Just to add on that, I want to say the following. The registrar's message was very clear, and I think I should just give a summary of it. This is a summary. Go run football. That was our message. Ya kwamba nyinyi kama association, nyinyi ndiyo ambayo mko na certificate. That's what she said. Therefore, go run football in Uasin Gishu County. Organize leagues. Organize football activities. You have the certificates. Yeah? Msitishwe. Yeah? I'm sorry. Msitishwe kwa mwenyewe.
Hii sio mambo tu hivi. Yeah, these are serious matters.
Msitishwe. And the other people, they do have a tendency of threatening teams that please don't go there, don't go there, we shall do this to you. And let me ask those people, what does that affiliation certificate from that body help these teams? In our league, we have those clubs that have certificates from the office of the sports registrar. With a certificate from the office of the sports registrar, you can open a bank account. Hata unaweza chukua loan. Of course, Wakenya wanapenda loan. Unaweza chukua loan with that certificate. Because it is a certificate from the government. And I posed the question, what is the benefit of that affiliation certificate that you have? We are offering a certificate that you can, unaweza ukafungua na account, unaweza ukachukulia loan. That is what we are offering.
So in all the teams, the 19 teams playing in your league, zote ziko na certificate.
Okay, acha niseme hivi. You know, iko changamoto. Yeah? Iko changamoto due to COVID. But more than half of those teams wako na certificate. In our league, wako na certificate. Alafu the rest half, we still encouraging them. Alafu tunawaambia, there is a benefit of you having that certificate. Sawa sawa. And we are certain by next season all our teams zitakuwa na certificate, and from that we can have a basis of writing to the National Sports Fund or to the Sports Fund na tuwaambie, please tupeni pesa, we have complied with the law.
Yeah. And why do they not do that? Because if teams, you say that teams are self-sponsored.
Yes.
Yeah. Why is it that Sports Act, for example, it's called Sports Kenya, it can offer some money, you go to the ministry.
Okay.
Why is it that you guys have not maybe done that?
This is the only answer, that we've not done that. And the reason being, tunataka tupate a full sponsor of the full league as a unit. Sawa sawa. Ya kwamba all those clubs ziregister, zipate certificates, and then we go as a team to say, give us enough amount, we run this league. But those teams pia ziko huru, zinaweza andika barua, zitume kwa sports fund, zipate pesa. They are at liberty. Sawa sawa. But sisi as an association, the official position, watu wapate certificate, tuandike barua, we have a sponsor, which is the government. And there are benefits of being sponsored with the government. Always in your Yorosho and
in the 47 counties
yes.
in this country.
Yes.
How many counties have so far complied with the Sports Act?
Okay. Currently, we have 39 counties which are registered as County Football Association. 39 counties. 39. Imagine, we are only 8 less of the 47 counties. Only 8 less. And we are working, I believe by next year, we shall be 47 over 47, law-abiding citizens. Thank you.
Maybe on top of that, there are those also which have about 18 which have done the election to formalize their county certificate. And we are going on. By the end of this year, all the 47 counties will be through. And we shall have now a fully CFAs all the county. Yeah.
So all of you from the 47 counties,
yeah,
your president is Nick Mendwa, right?
Our?
You are the top notch.
Yes.
You still go for Nick Mendwa as the president of the federation, right?
Okay.
Or who is the person at the top?
No, for now we cannot put anybody there at the top. We want to finish the counties first, then from there we talk on the way forward. Yeah.
Okay. Let me say something about that. There's a body that is called FKF.
Yes.
And we must be honest that the FKF has been running football in this country. Yeah, we therefore, hatuwezi amuka tuseme ya kwamba they have lost the mandate to run football. We cannot say that. So, what you want to say is that as County Football Association, when the right time comes, and it is coming, we shall form a national body as County Football Association. We shall unite and say that we are the legally registered entities to run football at the county level. When the time comes, we shall stand up and say that imefika wakati, let us form a national body.
A national body.
And from that, we shall form a secretariat, we shall form the head office, and football in this country shall return to its golden days. Because, let us be honest, the person ambaye umemtaja, Nick Mwendo, unajua jina lake alitajwa ovyo ovyo because it's a shame of what is done to football. That's why we don't like mentioning his name. Sababu amefanya mambo mengi. Pata itafikia wakati we shall talk of how he's mismanaged.
Are you also part of the team that has been demonstrating across the country?
No, I'm not part, but I'm demonstrating at heart.
at heart and mind.
That we really pitiful. And I wish you had handkerchiefs here, Tungelia, of how this guy has mismanaged football.
Before Ulie.
Yes.
Before the clear. Let's talk about the football in Wasinigishu, which has been, when we were young some years back. When we were young some years back,
yes,
we used to hear some teams, for example, Raymond, Rivertex, KCC, and then you look at top players. Like right now, we talk of someone like Duke Abuya, who comes from this county. How is it? Why is it that we are not maybe bringing up such like great teams?
Okay, maybe to answer on that, I want to say that the football today has gone down because of mismanagement, and also we have the issues of financing and sponsorship. And I think as we are talking now, football in Kenya has become nobody serious at all. Because if you see somebody finding a team, 6 million, and even that team in that league, they don't even get such an amount of money, then it means you are telling that team, forget it and go home and die, because you are punishing beyond a level that actually should be done. So as a CFA here, we are trying to come up. Even the team you are talking about, like Rivertex, we have even approached them, and they are coming in to bring up on board a team that is already now on the ground. It's a team practicing, and in our next league they will come on board, because surely Wasingishu was a granary of talent, and as you have said, one of them is Abuya. We have many. There's a time even Rambe Stars or even FC Leopard. Half of the team of FC Leopard one time are players from Eldoret. And we want to bring that back, approaching these corporate bodies to support us, because we also realize that without finance, teams may not go far. So we are coming on that. Give us time. Yeah.
Yes, Asante. Just to add that, on top of that, you've asked, why has football gone down to this level? Chairman has answered one part of it, that it is due to mismanagement. That is one part. Part number two is that the world is evolving, but football in Kenya is not evolving. That the world has gone digital. Yeah. Lakini ukiangalia football, it has not gone digital. That as a country, or as a county, or even as a federation, TV rights zetu ziko chini sana. That digital FKF yenyewe, ukiangalia its digital platforms, hawako. That tunauzia Star Times all those TV rights at a very low price. Yeah. Yet our league is able to do much more. Therefore, we need to go tech-wise in football. Yeah. Analyzing of football. Hizi shows zinafaa kuwa kila siku. Zinafaa kuwa kila jioni. That is where we are failing. That mpira yetu bado hatujaifanya ikue economical. Yani haituletei kitu. Players wetu bado wanahangaika. And it is because the management haijakubali kuenda tech-wise. Haijakubali kugenerate revenues digitally.
So that's the challenge with management or clubs. As we continue with this discussion, kindly subscribe to our Facebook page, Daily Sport, and then our YouTube channel, Daily Sport, our Twitter handles, Daily Sport 5. As we continue with this nice discussion with these senior football managers, empowering clubs economically.
Yes.
Let's not talk about even the Wasinigishu. Let's talk about those clubs that have been in the Premier League for quite some time. I'm very sure majority of us here were born when Gor Mahia and FC were there.
Yes.
But none of them have been empowered economically. So what unique thing are you going to do to ensure that the clubs that are playing in your league are empowered economically? Yes, CEO, before we go to
Jambo la kwanza, I've talked about it, is digital generation of revenues. You know, in this world, or in this country, data is more expensive than gold. Data is more expensive than gold. Data, not bundles.
Yes,
data
yes.
Or information, data.
Yes.
Is more expensive than gold. Because unaweza ukapiga picha hapa uiuze even hata kuliko 1 kg of gold. It is very expensive, and football generates content. Therefore, these clubs should find a way of marketing their content, a way of generating that content and generating revenues from that content. That's what these clubs should do. Another thing, these clubs also have, they do have cartels. You know, in these clubs,
yes,
these clubs,
yes.
yeah, iko wakati wanafika and they have men in black. Iko watu ambao hawatajwi kwa majina in these clubs. Yani wameshika these clubs mateka, and there's nothing much you can do about that. But associations, when you register at the office of the sports registrar as a football club, yeah, you must register for the positions of chairman, treasurer, and secretary. And the Sports Act says the following, that these people will hold term for a period of 4 years. Renewable only once. Have you not done away with these cartels? You have at least to do away with these cartels. That is one way, by complying. And then annually, there is a requirement by the Sports Act that these clubs should file their returns, either financial or any forms of return, to the office of the sports registrar by saying, this year we've received 50,000 and we've not saved anything. It is a form of return. Yeah. So the Sports Act is coming to solve these issues. Let us embrace it. Let us embrace registration, because ukiregister, there's a sports registrar, and a sports registrar here ni kama watchdog of all sports organization. Ukimisbehave, kiboko.
You are deregistered.
Yeah. So it will be a good way of bringing sanity in football. Na ndio unaona ile upande mwingine hawataki kuregister, because they know they will now have a watchdog. They will now have a regulator. And that is what they don't want. But I want to tell people, registration is for the benefit of football. Is for the benefit of the general public. Santi.
Okay, maybe to add on that, Anasabuni, is that, you know, when the government came up with this Sports Act, it was actually a way of cutting off the cartels, so that we have the laws that is governing sports. You know, all the time when you want to empower a team by the government, giving them funds, it will be taken by the leaders. And when you want to follow these people, they have their laws. At time, for example, there's a law in FIFA which says that government should not interfere with the sports. But the purpose of that law was actually to protect these cartels, so that whenever they take money, nobody will follow them. So now the government thought of coming up with these laws, so that when you are given, you must be accountable. And that was one way of making good laws. Maybe the second law also is that all the teams should come up with their bylaws that is protecting their players and their officials and everybody. But nowadays you find that there is nothing like that. People come up with the teams. Tomorrow when the money comes in, for example, even this tournament, they win a tournament, the chairman disappears with the money because there are no laws. So I support my CEO that we want the teams to embrace the law by doing compliance, so that we can empower these teams through the financial support. If you ask also money when you have complied, they know that these people are responsible, and they know in case of any eventuality, we know whom to follow and get this money. Okay. Otherwise, as per now, things the people will form teams to get money and disappear. They leave our youth hanging and crying. So the best way is let us follow the law.
Acha niseme jambo Bwana Sabuni.
Yes.
You know, labda kuna mtazamaji pale anajiuliza, why are these people selective? The Sports Act talks about many things, but why are they selective on registration? Let me touch on another thing that the Sports Act talks about. One, the Sports Act brought into effect the National Sports Fund. There is a fund called Sports Fund. Yeah. And that fund, it is only those clubs all those institutions, sports organizations that have registered under the office of the sports registrar, under section 46 of that act, only those are going to benefit from the sports fund. And therefore clubs should embrace the sports act, because it establishes not one institution, it establishes 5 institutions. One is the office of the sports registrar. Hapo tumezungumzia. It is for regulating sports organization. Other institution is the sports fund. That's of course to finance.
To finance sports.
So, yeah. Other institution is the sports dispute tribunal. It is a tribunal. Therefore, it arbitrates and mediates sports disputes. Other institution is Sports Kenya, which is the 4th institution. And the 5th one is the Kenya Academy of Sports. So the Kenya Academy of Sports deals with the developing and the nurturing of talents in this country. So let us embrace the Sports Act. It brought into effect 5 major institutions which will help sanitize football.
Yeah.
As we wind up,
Yes.
Because it has been a very long discussion.
That is it.
In this whole scenario, let's now talk about the national level. At the national level,
Yes.
to look at what has been happening with the FC Leopards and
Yes.
and Gor Mahia. Let me start with you, Chairman.
Yes.
How can you react over what has been happening?
Okay, I will say that what happened to AFC and Gor is unfair and called for, because these are our teams that leads in. They are the face of this country in terms of football. Football in Kenya, we cannot talk about it without AFC and Gor Mahia. So they should be given time if there is any issue. In this case now, a team is punished, and yet the same team was asking for their right. Because if somebody has been holding their money for the last 2 months or so, and you know these are community clubs, they don't have money. They were really actually depending on that amount of money to get it. But now they were given a very big red card, which is unfair to all of us. So we are telling the federation that is killing football. And in fact, this one gave us to the answer that was being asked one time, who kills football in this country? I think people got the answer yesterday. Thank you.
Okay, before you come in, someone
Yes.
called Lamek Teddy.
Yes.
He asking a question.
Yes, yes.
What is the role of the government
Yes.
in sports, and how effective has it been, even before teams complied with the Sports Act? Sio.
Okay, asante sana Lamek. Yeah, Lamek, acha nikushukuru sana because of following us. And Lamek is a very big stakeholder in football,
Yeah.
especially in Uasin Gishu. So, thumbs up. Acha tumshukuru kwanza.
Yes.
And he's asking, what is the role of government? One, the role of government is in legislation. And that is why the Sports Act came into effect. And the role of government is financing sports organization. And let me tell Lamek the following, that the government has been trying to finance sports organization. But how can you finance an institution that you don't know about? Therefore, the government said, let us register so that we can have a database such that when we finance, we're able to know who we are financing. Another thing is that a government cannot finance an institution which is not accountable. That cannot happen. Yeah? And therefore, the Sports Act said that let institutions be reporting annually to the office of the sports registrar. That is all it said. Therefore, the government has been trying, even before the Sports Act, the government has been building stadiums. Yeah? And the government has been supporting even Harambee Stars. But we must tell the government point blank that at a scale of 1 to 10, yeah, you've been doing 4. Yeah, the government has been doing 4. But if teams comply with the law, and if the government enforces the Sports Act, yeah, the government will get close to 7 in a scale of 10. Therefore,
Why
let
7?
the-
Why
yeah, because by enforcing the Sports Act, we shall deal with electoral injustices in football, because there will be a laid out procedure in the Sports Act. That is one. Another thing, we shall deal with the issues of financing, because the Sports Act established the sports
Make
fund.
it short, make it short.
Okay, and lastly, the government shall help in the nurturing of talents once it implements the Kenya Academy of Sports to the fullest. Thank you.
Chairman,
Thank you, Bwana Teddy.
minute.
Thank you, Bwana Teddy. He's one of our stakeholders. I want to thank him so much. So maybe
Is he from
in short-
association?
No, he's actually a liberal guy. He's good. He advises all of us. So that's a good question. In fact, the government, they do maybe financing, infrastructure, and also maybe development of the talents. But the government has been also going slow because of the corruption that is there. But the best way, they have come up with the Sports Act, that if we all comply, then we shall see the government doing better than it is now. Yeah.
Now, we
Yes.
are going to react on the AFC and the Gor Mahia's
Okay.
station.
Acha niseme hivi.
Very brief, very brief.
Yeah, very briefly. To these teams, msitishwe. Msitishwe. Nick Mwondoa anataka kutishia hizi teams such that his own personal team ambaye tunaijua, which is Kariobangi Sharks, wapate a chance. And we can see that all over. Because Nick Mwondoa has been forcing his own players wa Kariobangi Sharks waekwe kwa national team, which is very unfortunate. We are all Kenyans. We deserve to play in Harambee Stars. And therefore, it should be on merit. That is one thing. Another thing, you cannot find a club 6 million and yet their league title ambao wanaangania is less than that. What are you saying? We should quit playing? No. Another thing, let me extend that to Zukericho. Zukericho pia
But the Zukericho is coming back.
Yeah. Walikuwa falsely accused that you are fixing matches. Yeah. And they were given a fair hearing at FIFA. And that case ikatupiliwa mbali. That Zukericho is as innocent as it should be.
Yes.
What will happen if Zukericho is restated back to the league?
Okay, I cannot.
The league is coming to an end.
I
They only
cannot,
played like 5 games.
Okay, I cannot say, but Zukericho deserve to be in the league, and FKF should explain. FKF should carry the burden of Zukericho not playing all those matches, yet they were innocent. You know, mtu akienda kotini, yeah, iko refrain orders, yeah, that wacha acheze as kesi yake inaendelea, yeah. Lakini FKF, imagine uko kotini ya hujamaliza the process but you are as guilty as charged. No, that is not the law. That's not the law.
Okay, your final, because the chairman will finalize on this.
Yes.
What is the general view of maybe running of football from the top to the county level? We just have 1 minute and some 20 seconds as we close the discussion today.
I'll take less than that. And I'll say that we need to have a conversation on this. This should not end here. We should engage all stakeholders in this and come up with new guidelines on how to run football in this country and also sports, because hatuku perform vizuri Tokyo. Let's be honest. We need to have a conversation.
But football was never represented in Tokyo. So
Yeah, because we did not qualify. Yeah, because we did not qualify.
Our under 23 was beaten at a very low state.
Yeah, so we need to have a conversation. That is one thing. We need to have a conversation on football. And I need to tell my fans and all those that are following this program that the association or CFS, County Football Associations, are the only bodies mandated to run football at the county level. Let no anybody deceive you that sijui. And a question that most people ask, after this, where will you be promoted? I want to tell them, we are going to have a regional league next season. We're going to have a regional league next season, and all those that will finish top in our league will play with their fellow brothers and fellow teams in other counties. So, Ms. Babaike, there is a promotion.
Chairman.
Yes. Nataka nishukuru sana mashabiki wetu wa Uasin Gishu. Nataka niwaambie kwamba tuko pamoja. We have come all the way. You know me particularly, I've played football in this county when I was in Rivertex, those 8 days.
You also played for Rivertex?
I played for Rivertex. I've been a referee in this county 15 years. I've been a matchcom 5 years, and now in the administration. I'll not let you down. I know what I am doing, and I have the interest of football in this county. Nataka kuambia wenzangu tuache kutisha referees. Mimi wanaambia referees wachezeshe game. Mpira ni mpira na sheria za mpira ni za mpira. In fact, when we came up with the Uasin Gishu Association, they were being told hakuna referee hata watachezesha, but we have trained referees as much as we have done. But the same referees is being taken by the federation na kuatisha msiende huko tena. They are given money, but we want to tell referees be professional. Mimi sikatazi any referee achezeshe game. Ukiitwa mahali chezesha game. So long as it is football, do your right, follow the laws of the game. Vijana wetu wacheze kwa hii county, tuinue mpira in this county. I want to thank the media for supporting us. Bado tunawaita kabisa mkuje mtu support so that we develop this football. Then in this
have you ever called this cameraman to do
I've called him but hatujapatana vizuri, but I hope today tumefungua ukurasa mpya. I want to say that, and I will engage you in the very soon. Let us also go to our field muone this league yetu ikichezwa, so that we also highlight them. You see that actually the reality what is going on. Na sisi tunaomba viongozi wetu pia watu tengenezee viwanja. We don't have field in this county. That is one of the challenges that we have in the county. We don't have the fields, and this is the role of the county, the role of the national government. Tunaomba sana viongozi wetu waangalie viwanja all over this county, so that there can all be playable field, so that we are able to nurture our youth right away from the lowest level to the highest level. Thank you so much. Karibuni sana.
Okay, yeah, acha niseme kitu.
Ulikuwa umemaliza?
Hapana, siko nimaliza. Alafu pia chairman amalize vizuri. Unajua
do we still have time, director? We still have time? 2 minutes.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Just 1 minute and then 1 minute,
okay.
right?
Acha niseme hivi.
Yes, 1 minute.
Acha mimi nisalamie watu wote ambao wametazama kipindi hiki. Acha nishukuru Daily Sport. Na nikiwashukuru, acha nimalize na maombi yangu kadhaa. Acha niombe jambo la kwanza ya kwamba as Daily Sport welcome us if possible on a weekly basis. If it's mostly possible on a daily basis, tutakuja. Yeah, and also msitualike sisi peke yetu. Alikeni pia wale wa ule upande mwingine wajieleze. Sawa sawa. Alafu ombi lingine, mimi ningewaomba mkuje kwa viwanja zetu. Kujeni. We have content. Kujeni muone skills. I can assure you, if you come to our pitches, the front page on the next day on your newspaper will be about our league. We have content. So kujeni.
You've taken more than a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Asante sana Daily Sport kwa kutualika hapa siku ya leo. Thank you for your time. Also to our Uasin Gishu football stakeholders, tunawapenda na tutafanya yale tunahitaji kudevelop football in this county. Our teams, we wish you the best. Tucheze mpira kwa njia mzuri, tufuate sheria, make sure that our league will be successful. And also in all our 47 counties, all the football association, tunawaheshimu sana na tunasema let us go together to nurture football in our counties. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. As chairman and CEO, as we wind up this conversation, Teddy is still on us.
Yes.
You will not talk about this one,
yes,
because we've already closed this one, but as you leave,
yes,
kindly discuss this issue that Teddy has raised.
yes.
The same government that brought Sports Act failed to make sports effective. Chair amekubali government imefail. So why should people join association and yet the government has been a big letdown?
Okay.
As you go,
That is it.
I'll send this to you,
Yeah.
and then you'll be able to, as maybe a few. Yes, director.
Yes.
1 minute, one
Okay,
minute,
yes,
1
yes.
minute. Respond to this. Yes.
Yes.
That
So
the
that's
same
why
government, the same government that brought Sports Act failed to make sports effective. Chair amekubali government imefail. So why should people join association and yet the government has been a big letdown?
No, from the election of 2019, this is where the act wanted to come in, so that we make those corrections. But as we are talking now, let us not talk in the past. Let us go into this law, and then now we see the results. Otherwise, in the past there were no laws. Things were run the way you want. That's why people has disappeared with so many funds for their clubs and for their teams, even Harambee Stars. You all know. They went to the Africa Cup of Nations, 244 million was misappropriated, and nobody was answerable. But now let us go to this. These are new rules that we have not actually entered in, so that we see the government commitment. Yeah.
Asante, acha mimi niseme hivi ya kwamba serikali ni mimi na wewe. Unaelewa? Therefore, it is our responsibility to hold the government accountable. It is our responsibility tushikane hapa, tuandike memoranda, tuandike petition, tupelekee bunge, tuwaulize why is this and this happening. Tuchukue hiyo petition, tupelekee CS, hata ikiwezekana tupelekee president, and that is how we can change football. Lakini kusema the government has failed, it is not enough. Let us take the initiative, tukuje pamoja, tuunde kongamano, tualike hii serikali in that conference, tuwaulize why is this and this not happening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, viewers. Now that we've come to an end of today's discussion, we hope that we welcome you next time, and then you shed more light, because I know when you leave this place there will be many questions than others being raised. So we hope that we welcome you next time and you will come. Hoping the other side will also accept, so that we can have a discussion. So as we end up, thank you very much, Kenyans. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Daily Sports, our Facebook page, Daily Sports, our Twitter handle at Daily Sport 5, and we continue discussing. So thank you very much. See you in the next edition.
Thank you. Have a nice time.